Yes, I've got some good shit to tell you today, brothers and sisters. As I say, we're not gonna bullshit about it. We're gonna tell it just like it is.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? Alright, I've been asked to try to do a video series on what we can do to fix black relationships, fix the black family. The last couple of vids I did were dealing with who shouldn't or who should be involved in that conversation. So the question I got after that is, okay, let's say we've cleaned that up and now we have people who are committed to talking about building the black family and building black relationships. Where do we go from here? So this was kind of a challenge that I got, and I welcome it. I don't know if it's going to turn into a video series. It depends on the feedback I get, but I guess I'll start off with the first installment. And I think the first part is understanding the role of the man and the role of the woman. And to be clear, the opinions that I'm about to give pretty much come from how I see things, and how I see things is based off of just what I've seen work in actual life in terms of actual black families, and a combination of the religion that I subscribe to, right? My religion and spiritual identity. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. Now, in terms of the man's role, his job, he is supposed to create the framework that the family lives in. So he's supposed to take what he's doing, right? He's supposed to take what he's doing, maybe financially, mentally, spiritually. Take what the woman is doing financially, spiritually, domestically and whatnot, and create the world, the framework that they're going to live in. Think of it as a house, the actual physical house, in terms of, the walls, the drywall, the roof, the plumbing, the basement, the attic, all that other stuff, the actual physical layout of the house. Think of it in terms of that. Like, it's his job to create it. Now, it might not be what that woman has envisioned her whole life, but you have to understand that it's his job to provide security. If you're a woman, I'm going to go on the line and say that you want security as opposed to something nice and lavish. What I mean by that is, you may be a woman, and let's say you're making great money, he's making great money, okay? And you automatically want to assume that, if I'm making $1 million, he's making $1 million, we're going to have a $2 million lifestyle. Well, as a man, I'm going to be opposed to it. Why? Because stuff happens. I may lose my job, you may lose your job, life may happen, so all of a sudden my $1 million or your $1 million may go away, and it may be cut in half. Well, what's going to happen to that lifestyle, right? There's going to be little security, because we're living off our complete means, meaning that we're living off of everything that we're making. And it's dangerous, because if we lose that, we're in a dangerous position. So as a man, I have to make sure that I can ensure our lifestyle. If something goes wrong, I have to ensure that we're not going to lose our house. I'm not going to lose my home, because if we fail, what's going to happen? It's going to be my failure, because I'm the man. I'm supposed to be the head. I'm supposed to be the one that provides security for the family. And trust me, you would rather be in a modest home knowing that you're not going anywhere, as opposed to being in a mansion where, if something happens, if the slightest thing happens, we're struggling, or we might even lose the house. You would rather want option A. So that's what I'm supposed to do. Now, of course, it's a joint partnership, so your input is going to be taken into account, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to push the red button. Now, on the flip side, the woman's role, she is supposed to bring life to the house that has been built. So you're supposed to turn that house and make it into a home, right? You're supposed to create the atmosphere. And there's not too much I can go into it, because I'm not a woman. But what I look for, I just want to know, can you make this house feel like a home? Right? I don't know your tricks. I don't want to say tricks. I don't know your methods. I don't know your techniques. Right? I don't know. That's why the whole trust factor comes in, because I don't necessarily know how you guys make it happen. All I know is that's what I'm looking for. In the same way you're looking for security out of a man, right? Sometimes you don't know what we do, the small, subtle stuff that we do to make you guys feel secure. But it's okay. You don't have to know that. That's something that I do, right? So it's the same for y'all. I don't know what you guys do exactly, but all I know is, can you make this house feel like a home? So if I'm looking at a potential suitor, that's what I'm looking at. Based off of what she's doing, her career and all that other stuff, can she turn all that in, right? Can she take all that, mix it all up, put it in the oven, and give me the comfort in knowing that the home that we're going to build, the house that we're going to build, right, is it going to be a home? That's what we're looking at, okay? And you guys, of course, look at what we're doing in terms of money, education, and all that other stuff, and ask yourselves, based off of all that, can he mix it up, put it in the oven, and give me a pie that's going to satisfy my need for security and support? So hopefully I didn't go too long on this one, but that's the first step. Accepting those definitions or similar definitions and going off from there. But for the most part, all these conversations on fixing the black family stop because it's not clear what the man is supposed to do. It's not clear what the woman is supposed to do. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care if you are a secretary or you work for NASA. I don't care what you do. Can you take what you are doing and turn it into the feeling of a home? Can you bring warmth and life to a whole bunch of walls, nuts and bolts? That's all I'm looking for. So you don't necessarily have to feel like you can't do one or the other. It's how you put it together. That's what you guys do, right? That's the whole woman's touch, that's what you guys do, right, in your own worlds. And I'm not trying to encroach in it. I'm not even trying to tell you how to do your job, right? It is what it is. Just like how you can't tell me how I should provide security for you. I'm supposed to do that on my own. You don't have to worry about my methodologies as long as it's legal, right? Just know that I'm providing you with security and trust in the fact that I can do it, right? You're not going to understand some of the small, subtle nuances that go into doing what I can do, and I don't know it for you. So, hopefully we can accept this and then build from there. Like I said, I don't have a hard time in continuing and moving on to different topics and possibly creating a series. I just want to see how you guys feel about it, and if the definitions that I gave are suitable to move on. So, you guys take it easy. Take care. God bless.